Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Now I know it's been a long time since I brought you guys and gals a secret, so I said to myself the next time that I do, I'm going to make it pretty special. And I think this one today is an absolute doozy. Now before I reveal what it is, and I think the thumbnail is pretty self-explanatory, there are different methods with which to do this. So if people were in the comments, oh, you could have done it this way, you could have done that way, I know. There are quicker ways to do this and there are alternative ways to do this. The way that I'm going to show you today is my favourite way of doing this. And the reason why it's my favourite is I think it's a little bit more intricate. Involves some harder work, is some climbing, some jumping, some leaping across things, some using of items, and I just think that adds to the whole fun of secrets. So there are two main things that you've got to bring with you today. First of all, a smaller mount. Large mounts are only going to cause some trouble. So get on a smaller, compact mount and that will help you. And secondly, bring a big stack. And by a big stack, I mean at least half a dozen of goblin gliders. Now this is our first port of call. We go inside the hut here in Zul'Gurub, and then we're going to leap on to this post, which is just on the staircase. And from there, we can jump across to the small mountainside, cliffside, whatever you want to call it, and then run up to the top of it. From here, you can mount up and then just hug the left-hand side, leap over the roots of the trees, and then just make your way carefully, because if you're not too careful, you're going to fly off to the side here, and then leap across to the inner wall of Zul'Gurub and go across to the end. So our next move is to make our way up here. So what you need to do is just jump onto the side here and then just try and position your mount slightly up the side of the cliff face and then jump across and a couple of bounds and you'll be able to just simply force your way to the top. From there, follow it around to the right hand side, and then if you look, you'll see this platform here. This is our first goblin glider use to jump across and land slap bang here. Once we've got there, it's behind us that we need to go, and we need to position our mount to jump across just to this point. Position your mount where you can see mine, and then take a huge leap forward to the invisible step. Dismount, and then just jump up with your character on the right hand side of the tree trunk, and then continue to follow it round the right hand side until you get on top of this platform. Turn around and face the tree trunk in front of you. From here, you can mount back up again, and we're going to jump across to where the tree trunk and the cliff face meet. And it's a little bit difficult this, so don't worry if you fail, but once you do it, just keep jumping, just keep hitting that space bar and jumping, and hug it round to the left hand side until here. Don't go any further. If you do, your mount will probably fly off. Dismount and then just jump the rest of the way. From there, again, you can follow it around to the left hand side, mount up if you want to, and get on top of this platform here. Looking across, there's a huge leap. So this is where our second goblin glider comes into effect. So I run, jump, use the goblin glider, land, and then you can run up to the top. And now we can start to see the outer wall of Zul'Gurub, but that's not where we're going. You can mount back up now, but we're heading down to the bottom section. Although we could see the top, that's not where we're going. And another little tricky bit coming up here. You need to leap across onto an invisible ledge, but if you don't quite time it right, then your mount will just spill over the edge. So just try and get it as far as you can, then forward jump. There's the invisible ledge. Forward jump again, and now we're going to bounce up the side of this tree trunk here. And then when you get to the top, dismount. If you don't, your mount could get out of control and then just fly off the edge. That's not what you want. And then run your guy as far up as you possibly can, because we're leaping across now to the other side. So I was just waiting for the goblin glider to come off cooldown. This is where we're going, right at the other side. So jump, hit the goblin glider, and then you can easily make your way over to the other side. From there, once more, hug the right hand side and just move yourself around And this is one of the trickiest parts of the whole process, because if we aren't careful, we could quite easily fall down the pit there, and that's another game over. You're going to have to Hearthstone out of the instance. No, we need to Goblin Glider once more to that area, that little ledge right here. So just leap across with your Goblin Glider, run up the side of this hill, and then face the direction which you're looking at currently. So once that's happened again, just run, jump, hit the Goblin Glider, and then go across to the side. And if you just slide down here, don't fret. Instead of trying to jump up like a madman like me, all you need to do is just make your way round to the ledge. And then up you go. There's nothing that's going to stop you. And you could just go straight on here. I actually tried to go up a little bit higher to see if I needed to, but you don't. Just go straight on, and you've hit the outer wall of Zul'Gurub. Here you are. So you can now leave the dungeon instance from this position. Yeah, it's pretty darn cool. So what I'm going to do, you see down there, that's where we're going to be headed next. So repositioning my mount, off we go. And I've got to say, actually, from here on in, you can mount up on whatever you want. You've done all the hard work. You've done all the intricate jumping across. And look, you can actually see where the blasted lands is and such on the other side. Of course, there's no foliage or buildings or anything like that. This is a dungeon instance, so it's all smoke, mirrors, and illusions. It's quite cool. Just kind of thinking to myself, is there possibly the dark portal there, or does the world cut off before then? That is something which somebody else can go and explore and find out, or maybe I'll do it at a later date. Now, let's keep on heading straight down here, because we need to go now to Karazhan. We need to see this secret smile, which will be revealed to people which haven't had a look at the thumbnail too closely. So we're going to come to the edge here. Nothing to panic about. All you need to do is start to do a little bit of jumping. We can jump over onto the rocks. They're not going to prevent us from going forward. So take a little running jump. Whee! And off we go. You just have to hug the outer left-hand side of the wall and then go across a couple of cliff tops here. And then you'll probably gather this is where Karazhan should be, but instead, what is that cheeky little face down at the bottom there? It's Karazhan's Secret Smile. Let's take a closer look. So I just needed to check that my Goblin Glider was off cooldown from its last usage. So here we go. We're going to leap off the side of the cliff face, and then this is a much, much better angle of the smile. And something else as well. Looks quite small from where we were, but when we get down to the bottom, you'll soon start to discover that it's a lot bigger than you first imagined. No buildings, no water, no nothing. And this is literally right underneath where Karazhan would be positioned. Wow! Hello there! So that is how you get in my favourite way to Karazhan's Secret Smile. So I really hope that you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links, they're in the description down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.